Shalom, family. Shalom. Now, before I get started today, there's something that I must do before anything else gets spoken on this live. Happy New Year, family. Happy New Year. Happy Holy New Year. Happy New Year to all my chosen people. Happy New Year, family. Happy New Year. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about this bogus black and brown unity. Let me just put it this way. I never seen so many Latinos in my entire life talking about black and brown. I never saw this from y'all. I saw it for many years from my people, but I never saw it from any of you. And if it was very few of you. It was so few of you, it was barely noticeable. But now that ICE is on that ass, all of a sudden, you can go to TikTok right now and probably hundreds of black and brown videos done by Latinos will pop up. I ain't never seen nothing like this ever, ever. Growing up, I really was not that exposed to a lot of Latinos. The township I grew up in, it was mainly just black and white people. And prior to that, I grew up in the hood. It was all black people there. So it wasn't until I would say in my late teens, that's when a few of them started moving into the township. And even then, my exposure was very limited around them. It wasn't until really when I met my husband. That's when I was around them, but all of the ones that he was around were dark Afro Latinos. In fact, some of them I didn't even know were Latinos until I heard their last name. If I would have just seen them, I kid you not, some of them were very dark skinned, and his father was a dark skinned man. So when you would look at them at face value, you would have thought they were one of us. But even then, I noticed, the Afro Latinos would kind of gravitate, but the lighter ones really didn't. And I don't know, I guess I never thought anything of it because I didn't care about them enough, especially the lighter shade ones. I didn't care about them enough to wonder if they like black people or not. I could care less. They weren't important to me. So, you know, I mean, it, it was never any bond. Let me just put it this way. When, in my experience in my life with the lighter shade Latinos, that bond was non existent. And it still is for me. So when you say black and brown, and then I see you light and bright Latinos, y'all know damn well if ICE was not after you, you wouldn't be on there making them videos, and you know it. Y'all wouldn't be saying a damn thing. You were content with trying to be white adjacent. You were content with not interacting with us and not caring what we've been through. Many of you Latinos, you double cross us on jobs. I've heard the stories. And because you're constantly trying to be in the favor of white people. See, we don't do that. When we get on these jobs, we just want to do our job and go to hell home. We ain't trying to lick on no damn white person's ass. And see, the reason why I still would not want to bond with any of you Latinos, I don't want to bond with anybody that believe hooking up with white people improves your race. If you got that kind of thinking, there is nothing for me and you to be talking about. Oh, you marry white to improve the I don't think like that. I don't think like that. And I don't want to bond with somebody that think like that. So no, I don't see no black and brown and all this stuff y'all talking about. No. If you think like some white person in your life and you marry them improves your race, I no, don't try to unify with me. I don't want no unity with people like that. And many of you are very racist. And we heard the stories about how y'all hook up with the Aryan nations behind bars and all that. See, I would never be able to fully trust you. I could never 100% let my guard down and trust you. So that would be an issue in itself. So, and I know about all the stuff that happened out there in California, y'all fire bombing houses to run the black residents out of there and all that stuff. Y'all haven't even addressed that. You don't address none of the racism, and y'all got some nerve with them big lips and broad noses, and some of y'all even got woolly hair, and you got the nerve to be a racist. If you don't get the fuck out of my face, no, there is no unity, and there's never gonna be unity. And I think we need to stop wasting our time. And I know many of us already know better, but the ones that are still out here looking for that, you need to find something else to do. These are not the people you should be aspiring to be like. But one thing I can say, Latino women age just like white women. That is one thing y'all got in common. Man, I've seen the ones I haven't seen in years. Woo! And they're my age and they look like they're 20 years older than me. Boy, that light skin really don't hold up well. Even when it's on you, it don't hold up well. It don't hold up well even on you. So, well, yeah, I mean, and don't let them have a few babies. They be sagging and all big and please, they look like a damn quarterback after a while. But yeah, y'all don't hold up well. You do not age well. Mm-hmm. No, no, they don't even include them in their own countries. Why do you think every time they come over here, it's just all the light ones? You don't see any of the Afro Latinos in those caravans coming across the border. All you see are the real light shade ones. You know, the darker ones you don't see at all, and they don't seem to. I take it that it is very divided in their countries. That's why we're seeing this. It's divided. They don't really interact with those dark people, and when they do, they're being a bunch of racists towards them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you know what? I thank the Most High for exposing us to all of these people from different parts of the world so we can see firsthand how many of them don't even live around us, but they hate us. Many of them hate us and they don't even know us. They have had no exposure around us, but they all got this you're lazy. Well, how are we lazy and we're driving cars and living in homes and we're in the grocery stores and every place you go, you see us there. Ain't nobody giving us no money and we didn't work for it. I don't know where y'all come up with this crap, but they seem to think we live in this country without working. Who does that? Who does that? So, anyway, these people are stupid. They don't know the history, but they always want their opinion heard. And they never get it right. They don't even get it right when they open their mouth. And I got another thing. Stop giving us your suggestions. I don't want no damn suggestion from somebody that came here to this country because you couldn't make it in your own country. You ain't got no suggestion for me. And the Africans, they got that bad. They really think we want their advice. You come from a damn country filled with shanty towns. What the hell do I want your advice for? If y'all don't go somewhere and sit down, we don't want your advice. And then I was looking at a video, y'all. It was snowing in Minnesota, and the Somalians were walking in the snow with flip flops on. I don't want no advice from somebody like that. They're walking around. Y'all, listen, they got a coat on, a coat, a wool hat on their head, and flip flops. What the hell? Flip flops in the snow? No, honey, you ain't got no advice for me. You ain't got no advice for me. But that's how I saw them walking around. Some of them had hats on, like a wool hat that you see a lot of people have on, and have a coat on. And then you look down at their feet, they're walking around in flip flops. And sometimes it's like 5-6 inches of snow, and they're walking around with flip flops on. And these people think we want their advice. Oh, you ain't got no advice for me. You ain't even got common sense to cover your feet up in the snow. So, no, I don't know what the problem is, but it was never intended for us to hook up with all of these other groups. That's why the Most High is showing us what these Gentiles are like. These light-skinned Latinos are Gentiles, y'all. They're Gentiles. That's why they think like the white man. They're Gentiles. And like I said, we got to stop acting like Gentiles can't come out of South America or from the Caribbeans. They most certainly can. They're indifferent to us because they are Gentiles. And the Most High is showing us exactly why there is no bonding with Gentiles. He's showing us. When he show us all these different groups and we hear their vitriol towards us, he is showing us why we absolutely cannot bond or hook up or unify with any of these Gentiles. He told us to be ye separate, and we better listen. Plain and simple. The only thing we need to do is listen to our Heavenly Father. As far as these Gentiles are concerned, if I go the next year without interacting with any of them, I'll be just fine. I'll be just fine. And yeah, we should be unifying with each other. Gentiles, not unless they're cleaving. If they are not the kind that's cleaving, they are really not worth your time or trouble at all. So y'all, let me go ahead and share my screen. And I'm glad a lot of our people are finally getting it. And they know, you know what? When they hear this black and brown, they're like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want it. No, thank you. And I'm glad our people are finally getting it. They're not on that love everybody. Remember that? Love everybody. Love everybody. No, I don't love everybody. And I'm not going to attempt to love everybody. Love everybody. And I was like, yeah, I noticed y'all ain't on that mess like you used to be, because I used to hear that all the time. But I notice I'm hearing that less and less now. I don't hear that like I did before, because I think y'all are really recognizing and seeing these people for who they are. Please give me a one if you can see my screen. Thank you.
There is no such thing as black and brown unity. I don't even know what a brown person is. What is a brown? What do y'all mean when y'all say brown people? Are y'all referring to the Latino community? And if that's who y'all are referring to, they are racist as fuck towards black people. They hate black people more than white people do. Black people need to understand that we have no allies whatsoever. Y'all have to stop with this black and brown people shit. Why do they love grouping black and brown people together? What the fuck is a brown person? I'm brown. What is that? It's just black people versus everyone else in the world. There's no race that likes black people. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. I'm so sick and tired of this. Y'all keep pretending like there's some kumbaya. Oh, all the minorities are like, no. No one likes us. And that's why I don't like them saying the N-word. I don't know who gave them the nigga pass. But they don't deserve that either.
This man breaks down why there would never be black and brown unity. Check it out.
It is impossible for us to come together with black people because we are inherently and culturally racist. Our culture is very anti-black. Meanwhile, we out here marching with signs that say brown and black unity. The truth is that in our household, we tell our sisters, we tell our daughters not to date y'all, to stay away from y'all. And if we find out one of our aunties, one of our sisters, one of our daughters had a kid with one of you, we shame them. We even disown them. Is that we, as a people that have been anti-black for a couple of hundred years since colonialism, we can't possibly try to convince black people about brown and black unity. We can't. It's impossible because we're still very anti-black.
I mean, I'm not surprised. You know who else they don't bring home? Afro-Mexicans, Afro-Latinos, anything black, they not bringing home. That's why you see these Afro-Latinos doing circus tricks and tap dancing to be accepted by these Latinos. I mean, the whole thing is Mihara La Raza. It's a white in the race. Where do you fall into that, right? Then you have blanco whitening, more whitening. The whole Latino culture is white-centered. So where do any blackness fall in under that, right? Even if you consider Afro-Latino, you really don't fall into that. So, I mean, we're not surprised, right? I just appreciate that he was being transparent and really broke it down because this is deeply rooted into centuries of ideology, right? You have people browner than black people, black Americans thinking that they're white. Like it's wild out here, right? And I just bring that up because how we view them and how they view themselves is through two totally different lenses. They see themselves as white, even the brown ones. So yeah, he broke it down, and I appreciate his transparency. The whole goal of Mihara La Raza is to lighten the race, to extract all the blackness from you, right? Anything that's not Euro features is primitive. So where do you, as a black or Afro-Latino fall into that? You don't.
In the 70s, they fought to be white. In the 90s, they were still cool with us. But in the early 2000s, they became white. And in 2026, they found out that they wasn't white. And they got deported. The end.
Something's been weighing on my mind a lot, and it's dealing with Black and Mexicans. The false delusional statements and clips that I hear about us being unified. Black and brown unity doesn't exist. I'm going to say it again. Black and brown unity doesn't exist. You show me where true black and brown unity exists. And I'm not talking about y'all that are dating and messing around because that's sexual. I'm talking about real black and brown unity. I hear black people, before the ICE raids, black people were always including Mexicans, black and brown unity, black and brown issues, black and brown, but they rarely ever talked about you when it came to unity. They didn't even think about you. So, I mean, when the ICE raids happen, I see more, black and brown together. That this is not the time. This wasn't the time to be unified. It was like years ago. You know what I mean? But the few that marched, the few that did something, because you have friends that you grew up with or you work with and became friends. I don't know. That doesn't count. I'm saying the majority. You can't tell me there's unity There's pockets of neighborhoods that, oh yeah, black and brown tolerate because they live in proximity to each other. They have mutual respect, but they don't really hang together unless dating. So if a black man is dating a mother or Mexican, whatever it is, of course, that's acceptance. But overall, where really is the black and brown unity? How do you show that you're unified? Because you kill each other. I couldn't believe when I came out to LA. And when I was years ago dating someone, we were in Hollywood, and in July 4th holiday, I found out he told me that Mexicans do this thing where they were given the green light to either, whatever, harass, shoot. I don't know, black people. What the heck is that? Why do y'all still say black and brown unity? What are you doing, black people? Why are you so delusional all the time? Somebody tell me why. There is no black and brown unity. There are people and pockets of people that tolerate, they accept, but how do you call it unity? Do we do things really together? Do we come together for just causes? Ice Raid brought people saying, oh, black and brown, but they also brought Mexicans and them, yelling at black people and trying to force them to do something. Put them on the front lines. I don't understand that. That's not unity. Unity is not forced. So you tell me, and everyone will say, oh, well, there was a few of us that were supporting this, and even this is how I know a lot of you are not really unified with black people, because some of you were on the clips talking about your neck. We've been first, second, third, fourth, and still exist in the lineup. That told me all I needed to know about your ignorance. So for those of you, yeah, we got to fix this. I would love for us to be unified, but first let's be real. Politicians will say black and brown. They will do things for immigrants. They will do things for, Hispanics, Latin community, but they would really shy away from saying specifically the black community. And we need a politician that specifically says we want to help the black community.
The original post asked whether black and brown people can truly unite. My honest answer is no, and the comment section under that post proves exactly why. Hispanics are openly racist toward black people. They can barely get through a conversation without dropping the N-word. It's the only time they push for unity is when Trump or ICE is targeting them. Every other day it's black people are lazy, black fatigue, or some other tired stereotype. Then a black woman simply said, nope, I can't, and the replies flooded in exactly the way she predicted. Instead of listening, they immediately attacked her with the same tired line. You're just jealous of Latina women, we get it. Jealous of what? Their whole argument rests on two shallow things: hair and black men. They act like black women in wigs are secretly dying for their texture, and they treat black men like a trophy they're stealing. That's it. Nothing meaningful, no substance. Just insecurity wrapped in superiority. Black women know our worth, we're top tier. There's literally nothing about Latinas that has us sitting.
Now, one thing I want to say, I need to say this. Y'all, Latinos get head lice. Latinos get head lice. I don't want their hair. Okay? If you look at Puerto Rico, they got head lice of America there. They got head lice centers all over that island because they get head lice all the time, y'all. All the time. Head lice centers are all over South America. Look this stuff up. You don't have to take my word for a thing. Look this up. All right. And the fact that they have to go to head lice centers, let me just make myself clear. If you come from a people that are prone to getting head lice, no, I don't want your hair. I don't want your hair. Your hair is equivalent to dog hair. I don't want your hair. Okay, that hair is more closely matched to animal hair. It's not human hair. So no, I do not want your hair. Because I know a lot of you, even white women, y'all walk around and act like we don't love our wool hair. We most certainly do. We do. We don't want your hair. I don't even like the way your hair smells. So that's a whole different conversation. But y'all, and Latinos, hear me clear. I do not want your hair. I don't want your hair. I don't want your skin. I don't want your hair. I don't want your eyes. I don't want nothing about a Gentile. I don't want nothing pertaining to a Gentile. All right, y'all, let's go on.
Sitting around envious. The jealousy narrative is their coping mechanism, not our reality. And of course, the black men come running in, tap dancing for approval. They're the biggest ass kissers in the community, showing off for other races, co-signing anti-black nonsense, even telling black women to go back to slavery just because we won't fake unity. It's pathetic. If you want to chase that bag of fake solidarity, go ahead. But watch how fast they turn on you the second a black person steps out of line. Then this comment: "We took your jobs." Straight racism. Zero shame. That single comment sums it up. They can never have a civil conversation with black people. The moment we disagree, the stereotypes and slurs come out. Then they play victim when we refuse to march and protest with them. Some people claim that black people not wanting unity is holding all races back. No. The real reason black people reject this fake unity is because anti-black racism is completely normalized among them. Black fatigue, usual suspects, chirping out, blanket generalizations, plus the racist comment sections under Cruz videos and everywhere else. It's constant. Real unity can only start when the racism stops and mutual respect actually begins. Until then, there is no black and brown unity. Period. It would be completely performative to even pretend to agree to unity with other races when they have no problem being racist toward us.
Black and brown unity doesn't exist. Now, hold on, because I know you're going to type in the "I have a black friend" or "I love my Hispanic friends." I don't care. The rest of your state probably doesn't care. Your city, your county, they probably don't care either. Black and brown unity is propaganda. It doesn't exist. It's never been real. I could go over so many different ways that Hispanics have been racist towards black people. They're racist towards dark-skinned people in their own race and culture, and you think that they're going to treat Black Americans any different? The only difference is that some of them are in America, right? Specifically the United States. So they need some scapegoat or some ally because they know the Asians aren't going to be there to do it. They know the Indians aren't going to be there to do it in America, right? So who's going to be that ally to the Hispanics who love to say the N-word, but in private, in your face, they'll say the N-word with the "ga" at the end, and in private, they say it with the "tigger" at the end, right? Hispanics are notoriously racist. I don't know why some people live in Wonderland. You guys are like Dorothy left inside of the Wizard of Oz and trying to find your way out, falling for an illusion. Hispanics don't care. A lot of them don't care about Black Americans and issues going on with that. They care about keeping whatever status they have in America and trying to raise the stakes on the status they can acquire, through what's happening in terms of whatever it is in the work field, whatever it is in certain social opinions and such. This has never been a unity. Unity happens when two people, when a group of people, when a community comes together and says, my heart, your heart, My goals, your goals, everything that we want it, and we are going to do it from the same place and the same type of love. That's not a lot of Hispanics. And there are Black Americans who are not the best too in terms of wanting that type of unity as well. But the propaganda, the gaslighting from the Hispanic community that Black and brown has existed is so ridiculous. You know, some Hispanic individuals can't teach their kids to not be racist towards Black Americans. They can't teach their kids to not be racist or colorist towards darker skinned Hispanics in their own culture. You think they are better with anyone else's culture?
And I don't know if y'all are aware or not, Black and brown unity has never been in society. I understand some people want it to be. I understand that when you use terms like Black and brown, people of color, most people that say that don't even believe in the rights of Black people. I'm sorry. No one is saying it out loud, but it needs to be said. And the lives of Black people is still very different than the lives of people of color. It's not the same because most people of color want to assimilate. They want to be white. They want to act white. They act superior. They act just like white people act towards us. Let's be honest here. They showed us once they didn't care about us. Latinos for Trump. Same situation here. Latinos for the opposite. Not Latinos for change. Not Latinos for women. They don't care about Black people. And see, the thing about Black people is we so pure of a community that we'll just give love and support and uplift and embrace and embrace. And no one has ever reciprocated that back. We done drained ourselves trying to help others. And people would not piss to put us out if we were on fire. Sorry. Change won't truly come until people be honest. And it's never been people of color, Black and brown unity. Let's stop lying. Nobody likes Black people. Most other races think that we don't deserve to be here. We don't deserve to have things. We don't deserve to live a certain lifestyle. We don't deserve to be in certain positions. I just had to say that. So Black people, keep your head up. Keep pushing, keep moving. Do your best to focus on yourself, your family, maintaining the things you have and getting the things you want to have. Because we were so worried about everybody else and won't nobody worried about us. And that's why we in this position, because ain't nobody worried about us.
So you people in the comment sections of my previous video are made about why there's no Black and brown unity. Y'all prove my point. Yesterday, I made a video about why there's no Black and brown unity. I said Hispanics are racist towards us. They don't like us. And they look at us and they view Black Americans the same as how white Americans view Black Americans. Some of them have a mindset like how white people have a mindset of us. And that pissed off a lot of Hispanics. And I don't know why. Y'all, racism actually just shows more in the comments trying to call me racist because I actually care about my people. So this is reasons why we will never ever be friends. There's literally Latino gangs members accused of targeting Black Americans in Highland Park. He's captured 15 years later. Latino gang members in Southern California are terrorizing Blacks. A Mexican mafia. Some of these gangs have been in the 1990s. A Latino gang conspired to get rid of Southern California city of Blacks through intimidation, threats, and violence dating back to the early 1990s. There is Mexican mafias literally threatening Black Americans or melanated Americans in California. And I'm trying to bring this issue to awareness because there is anti-Black in a lot of other communities. And people are calling me racist. Wow. Y'all racism just shows me. There is a whole name for a gang called the Florencia 13 gang, known as the 313, deliberately shot and killed blacks. How am I racist when y'all are doing this and y'all are saying racist stuff like this in my comments? Let's not forget about George Zimmerman, a Latino man. He shot a 17-year-old melanated boy in Florida. He was 17 and he got to walk away free while he took a whole innocent life. Your people have never been on our side. Y'all view us just like how the white man view us. This man, this little boy, 17-year-old boy, got his life taken by the hands of this man because for the fact he had a hoodie on. And y'all have the nerve to call me racist? And then a lot of Hispanics in my comment section play victim in my comment section by saying, oh, well, blacks attack us. And one person even said, oh, there was this black lady who there was these black girls. There was this whole lady in my comment section saying, oh my gosh, well, it was these black girls who ate at a Mexican restaurant and didn't pay for it and beat the Mexican employees up. Those attacks aren't racially motivated. When you see a black person attacking someone else of another race, you're not going to see it on the headlines as racially motivated because the majority of them are not even racially motivated. We don't have gangs and we don't have murderers in the black community that just goes out and target Mexicans. We don't. But y'all have gangs that specifically targets black Americans. So we're not, first of all, when we kill y'all, I'm not saying when we do that stuff, it's right. No one should be putting their hands on anyone. But y'all have gangs that specifically targets a group of people. We don't. We will target anyone in our way. And first of all, majority of the times, black Americans will target our own more than we'll target anyone. I'm not saying that's right, but y'all need to stop trying to demonize white people like we just be out killing random people of any race just because we feel like it. No. This is why I say there is no black and brown unity. Because how's there black and brown unity when y'all have gangs and y'all have...
So we have all heard the saying or phrase, black and brown unity. This is when black people who have a very known history of oppression and Latinos who also have gone through oppression as well, fuse together as one to take on white supremacy. This has never existed. What y'all have to understand is that a lot of these non-white people, they are completely fine with white supremacy as long as they are treated better than black people. And to my Latino and other non-black minority viewers, this isn't a shot at y'all. This is just me bringing up reality. While you may feel the way you feel and maybe align with me more, go ask your grandma, your grandpa, somebody in your family how they feel about one of their daughters dating a black person. I gotta blame white supremacy, but also I gotta blame y'all too. And even just to go further, bro, we can look at the mentality of a lot of Latinos. Let's go back to 1957. Now, I want y'all to take a look at this man on the screen. This is Felix Tejera. He was the 25th president of the League of United American Citizens. In 1957, at the height of the civil rights movement, I mean, black people getting lynched, getting hosed down, all these types of things. Do you know what this man had to say for all of his Latino people? Let the Negroes fight his own battles. I don't think he's wrong. And this is actually the problem of a lot of black people. He essentially was saying, bro, y'all worry about your own shit. We got our own problems. And I understand that, yeah, man, some of y'all may have came to these marches. Y'all may have put your profile black when George Floyd got killed. But when it come down to the numbers and it come down to statistics, every single time black people see who really rock with them. A harsh truth that a lot of my black folks have to understand. We truly have no allies. Like, people may be friendly with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm friendly with it. I'm friendly with people. I'm a friendly person. A lot of people are friendly. But as far as them being our friends, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? We see who they align with, and that's cool, but don't be in our face playing that fake, unity shit. It's only unity when something is happening. ICE is going crazy right now, and I don't support anything that ICE is doing, but I also don't support my people going out on the front lines when we tried to prevent the shit, right? You know what I'm saying? If I tell my son, one of my sons, the stove is hot, do not touch it. I touch it first. He see my reaction, it's hot. They want to still go on their own and try to touch it. Hey, that's you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get burnt. It's a form of tough love. I want there to be black and brown unity, but it simply isn't any right now. Now, the reason for this video even coming about is because of a political group chat that was leaked in Miami. Majority of the people in this chat were Latino, Hispanics, Cubans, and they were just being racist to black people. No black people were in sight, but just had us on their mind talking crazy.
Abel Carvajal, who is a Latino for Trump, part of the Miami, Florida group message that recently went viral for being severely anti-black. This is the most racist anti-black rhetoric I have heard in a while, and that's saying a lot. The group chat celebrates removing...
Hold up. We're going to read it, but I'm going to censor it very heavily. But this is insane, bro. I mean, just even in perspective, y'all. There's no black people in this group chat. Black people minding their business, and these folks in here just thinking about us, talking shit about us, bro. Oh, this is crazy. He said, kill N-words, behead N-words, roundhouse kick a N-word into the concrete, slam dunk a N-word baby into the trash can, crucify filthy blacks, defecate in a, like, look at this, bro. A lot of these folks truly think they are white. They want to be white supreme. Like, this is literally insane to me. And I just want to bring up this point, y'all. The propaganda against black people is so crazy, man.
They never come in peace, but they do come with a motive. They always come with a motive, right? The motive for them wanting to have unity is really just the perception of unity, because what they want from unity is they want the protection of unity, right? Because everybody's stronger in numbers. They can convince us that we are united, then they'll be protected from whatever, because they won't have to fight it alone. They'll have help, right? Assistance. But white people don't want unity. Not even the white women. They want to be included. They don't want inclusivity. They want to be included, meaning they want to be included in everywhere, every space. That's why they need an urban dictionary, because they need to be included in our conversations. They need to always know what we're talking about. They need to be at the cookout because they need to be included in our love and support for each other. But it's funny how they don't want to include us. In order to have unity, then that means that we're all united. That a black person driving a nice car, you don't assume that they work hard just like you, because we're one. You assume that they got their fortunes from either being a DEI hire and getting a job that they did not deserve, or you assume that they did something illegal to obtain it. If you really thought that everybody was united, why do y'all question black people that are on first class flights? If you truly thought that we
Okay, y'all. I hope you can hear me. Let's pick up from where we left off. I'm gonna hold on one second. Okay, we're gonna pick up from where we left off. Let me just.
Against black people is so crazy, man.
They never come in peace, but they do come with a motive. They always come with a motive, right? The motive for them wanting to have unity is really just the perception of unity, because what they want from unity is they want the protection of unity, right? Because everybody's stronger in numbers. They can convince us that we are united, then they'll be protected from whatever, because they won't have to fight it alone. They'll have help, right? Assistance. But white people don't want unity. Not even the white women. They want to be included. They don't want inclusivity. They want to be included, meaning they want to be included in everywhere, every space. That's why they need an urban dictionary, because they need to be included in our conversations. They need to always know what we're talking about. They need to be at the cookout because they need to be included in our love and support for each other. But it's funny how they don't want to include us. In order to have unity, then that means that we're all united. That means that we're united as one. So if that's the case, then why, when you see a black person driving a nice car, you don't assume that they work hard just like you, because we're one. You assume that they got their fortunes from either being a DEI hire and getting a job that they did not deserve, or you assume that they did something illegal to obtain it. If you really thought that everybody was united, why do y'all question black people that are on first class flights? If you truly thought that we were united, why do you feel the need to question black people for doing the same exact things that you are doing at all? It's because they don't truly want unity at all. They want the protection of being seen as united, so that if we see something pop off, we help them. So if they need to fight for their rights, we help them. So if somebody is harassing them and a black man is there, he helps them. They want our unquestioned loyalty and support. That's the only part of unity that they want. Because when it comes to including us, it's always a problem. Because music is for everybody until Beyonce wants to do country. But if they learn all the words to a rap song, then music is for everybody. Braids are for everybody until a black girl wears braids in corporate America, then she's just ghetto, uncouth, unprofessional. Dreadlocks are for everybody until a black boy who's a wrestler has to get his dreads cut off to continue the match. See, so it's not that they want unity. It's not that they want inclusivity for everybody. They just want to make sure that they are included while excluding us from everything. It's never in peace. It's always to steal and destroy. Where did we hear that from? Who comes to steal and destroy? Thank you.
That is true. But I'm glad now we are at the point where we're less concerned about these Gentiles. And many of our people, once they decided they were separating and we were going to just keep to ourselves and stay in and not participate in their protest or anything they got going on, boy, what a difference. What a difference. I have to tell you, I've never seen so many Gentiles of all groups get on videos and demand we protest with them and we be there with them. I have seen every video you could possibly think of. I've seen black and Asians, black and Asians, black and East Indians, black and East Indians, black and Latino, black and Latino, black and white, black and white. I was like, wow. So we went from being undesirables to being the most sought after people. How the hell did that happen? So, anyway, the good part is the majority are not falling for it. Yeah, there's still a handful. Oh, black people, we shouldn't be mean. We should, we should unite. It makes us stronger. And, you get a few of those. And what I say to them is, you send your butt out there. You get your butt out there in the streets. Who's stopping you? But when something go down, I don't want to see your crocodile tears in the next video about what happened to you out there. And no cops did this to me. Well, we told you to sit this one out. But y'all, if you go to TikTok, it's us and black people and aliens, black people and every immigrant you can imagine. And I was laughing because I was watching a video a few days ago, because you know how the Cubans have despised us the entire time. And they were like, "Where's the black people?" And this black woman was like, what you calling us for? The whole time y'all been here, you have treated us like crap. But y'all need to go home. There's no electricity in your island. Go back. I don't care if they got no electricity or not. Y'all all need to get out of here. Go home. Go home. Your homeland sucks. That's because y'all didn't do nothing to build it up. That's why your homeland sucks. Go home and build it up. So, y'all, that's all I have for you today on this one. I got another live coming up at 3:45. So I hope to see you there. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about how they use DEI as a racial slur. And we'll get into that at 3:45. So once again, Happy New Year's to all of my chosen brothers and sisters. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Shalom. Let me stop myself. PM 2290. Thank you for the super chat. B1 and shalom. Lisa, black and brown unity never existed, and the brown just siphoned the benefits gained by black/FBA movements. In the US, brown culture is anti-black and segregated. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But that is a real indicator that we are not the same people, y'all. We have not had the same experiences. Yeah, I mean, the brown, they get discriminated against. They're really seeing it now with ICE, but their experience still don't match everything we have gone through in this land. It's still not the same. So it is what it is. But thank you for your support for my channel. I deeply appreciate your support. And, all I got to say is, in these last days, we must focus on ourselves. We cannot focus on any of these other groups out here, because at the end of the day, they just want to use us. And then when everything gets back to normal for them, then they'll discard us. And it's time for us to stop being used by all of these other groups. And I'm glad we're finally getting there. So y'all have a wonderful afternoon, and I will see you at 3:45. Shalom, family.